4:18:05, and Leo Brazel 4:18:36 to round out your top three. What a race, high drama after lots of delays, and these athletes just coming through time and time again. On track now for the first of 4 timed finals of the freshman girls 1 mile. We've seen so much excitement already throughout the day in the sprints, in the distance athletes, on the field, and the multi-events, which we'll come to again tomorrow. Multiple weather delays have done nothing to dampen our moods, our spirits here on site. If you're joining us for the first time, I'm Kate Van Buskirk, joined by the phenomenal Serenity Douglas, and we are underway, like I said, section 1 of 4 of this freshman girls 1 mile race. And many of these athletes returning to New Balance Nationals after competing last year in the middle school sections or in other events. Meet record belongs to Peyton Menke at 5:01:14 from 2 years ago. That is very swift running. Last year's winner, Stephanie DiPiazza, was just outside that at 5:01:66. Athletes will remain in their alleys for the first 3 turns. And Serenity, I gotta say, the guys, we saw them cutting in. Why do the girls always get it right?
I mean, we know why. I mean, but it does have to feel very uncomfortable for these distance athletes. I mean, to be cutting in 350 meters in, they're not used to that for sure, but they have done it beautifully, and they are just rolling with the punches for sure.
Riley Tolson holds the top position at the first lap, 1:15:19. And she is going to lead the field, including Kaitlyn, Van Zandt, Avery Grant, and Kate Miner.
And these girls, they must feel motivated from the amount of meet records that they have seen happen already. I mean, I know that's how I used to feel. Whenever my teammates would be doing well right before me, or just that's how I knew that. That's how I was able to gauge it. That, okay, this is a fast track. Everybody's out here running good. They're not tired, so I shouldn't be tired. A lot of motivation for sure.
Well, as we've seen throughout the meet, lots of lead changes, lots of pace changes. As we mentioned, that 75-second opening lap by Tolson, very steady running for her. But now she is being overtaken. These athletes approaching the halfway mark. And really, again, still anyone's race. It's really strong running by each of these athletes, but a little bit less aggressive than what we've seen in some of the boys' races ahead of this. They're going to hit the halfway mark in 2:37 unofficially. So after that really fast 75 opening split, they've slowed significantly to 1:22. Tolson remains in the lead. Van Zandt in second. Avery Grant in third. And this is the kind of feedback that these athletes need to listen to. They need to say, okay, I know what time has been run, or I've run in the past. I know what I need to do to better that. And I've really got to start cranking things down. It's really difficult in the third lap to get things moving, but this is where the athletes have to come alive. And now on the outside for the first time, that is Kate Miner giving some contest to our leaders, the tall athlete, Tall Kates. Hey, I know what that feels like.
And we have to mention, you said that their opening lap is pretty quick, and then they lay off of it. And that is because of the break that they have. They're braking in 350, which is basically they come fully through the 400 meters. They're just trying to get to the break. So, of course, it's kind of like all foot is on the gas at first, and then they lean off of it. That is definitely going to be something that we see as these sections continue.
That's so true. And now Kate Miner moving into the lead. She is out of Maryland, and she has timed this very well. She's going to hear the bell at just about 3:55 on the clock. That was a 1:17 lap. So, again, a good return to some injection of pace. You see there, separation. 4 girls have moved themselves away from the rest of the pack, and this is going to set up for a very fast final lap.
Absolutely, and you can see them starting to accelerate. The telltale sign is If their arms are starting to get faster, their legs are starting to get faster, and that's exactly what's happening. But right to her outside, that is still Riley Tolson.
Yeah, Tolson sitting in a really good position there. She's on the outside of Grant. She's not letting her go. She's putting herself in position to strike when she needs to, but now Grant kind of muscling her way into that second position. Kate Miner has not relinquished the lead. She is not letting anyone come around her. She's taking up lots of room on the track. That's my kind of girl. That's what I want to see as you come into the final straightaway. It's going to be a barn burner of a final kick. Here comes Kate Miner. That's Ellie Lawson, I'm sorry, out of Texas. And now it is Lawson making the move. Beautifully timed kick there in the last 50 meters. And it was Avery Grant in the end. Some hip number changes there, but Avery Grant out of New York is going to take the win in this section. 1:12.82 final lap. She will round things out in 5:09.12 for the finishing time.
And Avery Grant struck when the iron was hot. Something that my coach used to tell me, never pass on a curve, pass as you're going out of the curve. So when she struck when there was about 120 left to go, that's why she was able to slingshot off of the curve into the straight. And Avery Grant just walking off of the track there, 5:09.12. She should be very proud of her time.
Well, again, a 72-second last lap put her in a great position. She is a kicker. I love that about the Mile Serenity. You have the 800 meters coming up. You have the 5K, 3K runners coming down, and this is the brilliant meeting point.
Absolutely. And like I said, she slingshotted off of that curve right there, and she just started to rely on nothing but arms because I'm sure her legs hurt. And you mentioned the 5K. The 5K is going to be coming up next, so that's exciting.
We do have the